Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and to the other side of the globe, probably I should say good evening to all the participants of our APEC workshop on business continuity planning with crisis management for our SMEs. From Indonesia, first of all, of course, I would like to thank the organizers and the APEC committee to, to make this kind of important seminar happen in a fancy and modern ways. Yeah. Now I'm in Labuan Bajo, only half an hour flight from Bali. So don't be bothered with me, but just be bothered with the views behind my hotel rooms. So ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to share the latest figures on Indonesia. We are now having the we are now have the 270 million already as the fourth largest countries, and we have contraction, unfortunately, still with our economy around 2.7% last year. Even so, some other parameters, indicators are improved as shown in the slide. The next slide, I would like to share with you the latest situation of our MSMEs due to the new laws in place already, and we have also new government regulation, number 7 on this year, 2021, to make it possible for improving our SMEs and cooperative much faster, hopefully. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now have the around 60 million of the our MSMEs, which is comprises of 99% of population of the enterprises, 97% of the employment, and national investment and export and GDP, especially around 58% for the investment near to the GDP, and 14%, around 15% right now for the export. And fortunately, our MSMEs digitalization is improved to 16%, where before is 13% last year. So economic so far, the next slide, I would like to show you how our national budget and our specific program for economy recovery has turn the curve back to the positive way. Fortunately, yeah. Basically, we want to say that we have to push the MSMEs and also the other sector to dance with COVID. Yeah, so we have to really make it parallel, working both sides, health and with the protocol and economy on the other side. So, despite the COVID impact on Indonesia, we are now the next slide show you how still we have the problem with production, logistic, transportation, and export. But also some number made study made by World Bank and ADB showed some improvement in our economy, and especially on our MSMEs. So as mentioned before there, for the drop of the sales and how to reduce labor costs and the difficulty repaying the loan, difficulty in paying wages and etc. Goes on the right way for the positive and improve so far. So ladies and gentlemen, so next slide I would say to show you the I want to show you how the government strategy to overcome the economic impact on MSMEs in the middle of COVID-19. So basically, government from the survival to the recovery situation, we start with the social assistance and credit relaxation and restructuring, tax incentive, MSMEs digitalization process, yeah, working capital financing, activation and expansion of market absorption. How we make the production of our MSMEs can be off-taken by the different sector and different players. So that basically the government action due to the COVID. Next slide, we're gonna show you our national economic recovery in 2020 and 2021. Basically, we want to say that government after the COVID outbreak, suddenly we make the change the laws to have to be able to spend the budget around 700 trillion rupiah for our what we call it economic recovery program just for the 2020. It covers the health sector, yeah, social protection, business incentive, SMEs, corporate financing, and also for the regional development. For the MSMEs itself, we have originally around 123 trillion rupiah. So basically for the interest subsidy, fund replacement, fund placement, I mean for the when we have the local state-owned bank, guarantee return, or also working capital, stop loss, yeah, government bond, financial income tax, investment financing to cooperative, and we have specific program for a presidential aid, what we call it banpres, usaha produktif, yeah, banpres produktif for usaha mikro, yeah, what we call BEPUM. Yeah. So this is the main program for the aid of of SMEs, especially for micro. And this 2020 program for an economic recovery is continued to this year with around the same number. Now is disbursed and then ongoing. So next slide, we're gonna show you the detail of our BEPUM, yeah, Productive Presidential Aid for Micro Enterprises. In the 2020, the amount received by the people is 2.4 million rupiah. Right now, we reduced the amount to half. We cut off to half, 1.2 million rupiah for the aid, and we are already give it to the 9.8 million people, million micros to have the economic working. So that's basically some of our aid from the BEPUM. Despite surveys on BEPUM's benefits, yeah, on our Vice President's office and also from our local bank, Bank Rakyat Indonesia, show us how the receiver of the fund, the aid, use the money for their production, to make it productive and to make them stay on the line of the production of on their what do you call it under enterprise, yeah. In Indonesia we call it usaha mikro. So we don't want to let them left behind and then out of the business. Parallelly, fortunately, also government also enacted already the Omnibus Law that make it easier and faster and empowering our MSMEs to be able for job creation, yeah, making cooperative to become the first choice, yeah, strengthening MSMEs position in supply chain, yeah, accelerating MSMEs digitalization, providing an easy financial support for our SMEs, and providing market priority for SMEs production. So basically, the Omnibus Law simplified around 80 laws, relevant laws, and contains about 1,200 sections. So it's quite a lot, ladies and gentlemen, so we are lucky for making it possible. And next slide, I want to show you the economic transformation for our MSMEs. Basically, we have three transformation program for the informal to formal in our office, yeah, and the transformation to digitalization and innovation, transformation for global supply chains, and the last one is we want to make our cooperatives to be more modern, so that it can make a competition and to be competitive with the other source of the financing for the people. And we also have the roadmap for SMEs digitalization. We are now 16%, around 16% of our micros and SMEs connected to the digital. Now we have met the target for 13.5 million for the next year, for this year, to be connected to the digitalization, and 19 million for the next 2020, 25 million, 0.5 for 2023, and hopefully we can make it 30 million for 2024. That the roadmap consists of the how we have the challenges and programs for digital literacy, yeah, production capacity. We have to improve the production quality and market access. So this is basically government of Indonesia start to improve and make our SMEs on track still, not out of business. Basically, as I mentioned before, as the conclusion, we are the government has keep fighting the coronavirus with integrated efforts with all of the relevant sectors to have the aid in place for the MSMEs, and also in addition to that, we have also the basic program, transformation program of our SMEs in our office, which is now simplified into only 4 deputies to make it faster in working with the relevant agencies. And hopefully our Bappenas, our national planning agencies, also would like to give us the more funds for the next year. And by saying this one, I do believe that under the Mr. Teten Masduki, our Excellencies, our Minister, can survive in surfing the tide of the COVID-19. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we have to do it parallelly between the economic and the sector, especially for our micro, small, and medium enterprises. By saying that, I conclude my presentation. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a good one.